Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Weekly Foot Videos. I know, I'm sorry. Live streamed on Sunday though, so if you got to catch that, you got to see the explanations as to why the videos have been so scarce around. But I'm not going to go into all of that. Today I'm going to be going to talk about, the transfer rumours that mill about on the internet. And let me just get one thing clear before we go any further. These are rumours made by other people, given by other sources, not by me. I made that video on Kieran Tierney last week. Before people didn't even get 30 seconds into the video and I started commenting like, stop talking shit, he's not going to move to Man United, he's no. I actually said in the video, I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is all paper talk. We don't need to worry about anything. Yeah, I'm still getting people commenting, saying you're so stupid, why you believe in this, etc, etc, etc. I am going off what I'm seeing, I'm giving my opinion to it. Take everything, absolutely everything, from any source, whether it be the Daily Record or whether it be Celtic themselves. Take everything with a pinch of salt. Nothing is true, nothing is confirmed, it is all just rumours. In saying that, Celtic are set to be raided. We're set to be losing a lot of key players this summer, lads. It looks like it with the build-up and the rumours being thrown around, it looks like a lot of players could be on the way out the door. If you choose to believe it, choose wisely. What you want to believe is what you want to believe. I'm going to say it again, I'm taking with a pinch of salt. I don't think we're going to see a max exodus of players this summer. I'm going to say that straight away before people lose interest 4 minutes into the video and start to comment shit at me. But I don't think we're going to have to be set for any sort of mass exodus or anything like that. I think we're going to be perfectly fine. I think a lot of the players are very, very happy with the position the club are in just now. We're moving forward, we're improving season by season. Brendan Rodgers came in, he made a fantastic start, and we've built on that. A lot of people like to go on and criticise our season. A lot of people are saying, it'll never be that 2016 season. Yeah, we're never going to domestically match what we've done, but we took a step forward in Europe. We finished third in our Champions League group. We got to the knockout stages of a European tournament. We got European football after Christmas. We did make sufficient steps forward. There's no doubt about that. And I think there's a lot of players at the club who believe in Brendan Rodgers, believe on these step forwards and want to be part of the next step forward, which is ultimately trying to get further in Europe, whether that be in Europa League or Champions League knockouts. We want to get further, and I think a lot of players are very happy with the idea of doing so. So I don't think we need to be set for a lot of players heading out the door this transfer window. Everything's paper talk at the end of the day. Everything should be taken with a pinch of salt. The first one that has been, thrown around and is one that is actually such a match that it seems like a match made in heaven, because it seems like it's the right player for the right team. Christopher Ajer to Borussia Dortmund. If people know me well, they know I like Borussia Dortmund, but Christopher Ajer is a player who you can ultimately see in a Dortmund top. I don't know why, it just seems like the fit. It seems like a player who'd move into that Dortmund team, and he's the kind of player who after 2-3 years at Dortmund, you can tell he's going to be playing for Bayern Munich if he took that move to Borussia Dortmund. On the back of that, there has also been rumours of Christopher Ajer being brought into discussions, been brought in for meetings to extend his contract at Celtic, get a long-term deal on the table. Sorry, fucking hell. There's been rumours of both transfer out and a contract extension, and I think it is a mass importance that we do tie down a long-term contract for Christopher Ajer, not only so we can have him at the club as long as possible, but if teams do want to come in and sign him, the likes of Borussia Dortmund, we want to be able to bring in as high a transfer fee as possible. We don't want to be letting him go for £2-3 million, because Christopher Ajer is one guy who I've always wanted to see get a chance in the Celtic team since the minute he signed, mostly because of FM and because of how good he was for me in that back in the day. But he was someone I always wanted to see get a chance. We loaned him out that first season he was into Kilmarnock. Kilmarnock fans were raving about him, looked great. He finally got a chance this year in the Celtic team, and he's been a mainstay since. He's grabbed that opportunity, grabbed the brass ring, if you like a wrestling term for you. He grabbed that opportunity and he has stayed the team ever since, and he's hands down been our best centre-back this season. Fantastic player, shows all the qualities of a good centre-back. Coming from a man who's meant to be a centre-mid, he done fantastically at transitioning from that centre-mid position into a centre-back. It looked flawless. At the start there still was those couple of dodgy bits in his game, but I think now we are really seeing the true qualities, especially domestically, of Christopher Ajer as our main centre-back, and he's been terrific. A player who Dortmund do need, and I think could develop into a world-class player, but he is one player you look at on the park, and I think out of every player, even with Moussa Dembele there, Patrick Roberts, Chalmers, all these, you know, wonder kids and all destined for big things, the one man who I genuinely see going on to big things, you know, Virgil van Dijk is now playing for Liverpool, who are in the Champions League quarterfinals, challenging for league titles, etc. You know, Virgil van Dijk went down that route. If there's one player in the Celtic team who's going to go down that route, it's Christopher. I think he's destined for that. He's 20 years of age. He will play for a top 4 side. He will play for someone like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund. He will play for a massive, massive team. He's one player who there is no doubt. You know, there's a lot of, you know, you look at Moussa Dembele, who could have took that move to Brighton, and God knows where his career could have gone from there. He could have been a Brighton player for God knows how long. He could have went down, he could have went up, he couldn't have went as high maybe as what people would say in like Manchester United. But Christopher is a player who I have firm belief will play for a massive team one day. He's a fantastic young player. He's now starting games for his country. He's a solid centre-back. He's very versatile. He will do big things in his career. But there are talks of Borussia Dortmund scouting him, keeping eyes on him, keeping tabs on him. And ultimately, we need to tie down this contract now to ensure that we try and keep him at the club as long as possible. If we want to take these steps forward in Europe, Christopher Ajer is going to be one of the main, you know, reasons we get that step forward, and one of the you know, the main items of that. We need him. We need him there. He is a vital, vital player. I think he's one of the most vital on the team, hands down. Whether he's been used as centre mid or centre back, and he probably will be used as centre back for, you know, the next few seasons, considering how scarce we are at that position and how, you know, limited options we have at centre back. I think Christopher Ajer is always going to be number one for the next few years when it comes to the team sheet. We need to keep him at the club. But Borussia Dortmund, big team, how much will they offer for him? I don't know. I mean, if I was Brendan Rodgers, I'd be looking for upwards of £15 million in this transfer climate. I'm not saying he's worth that. I don't think anybody's worth it. And I said it in my life, I don't think anybody is worth the fee they go for. That's the reason I'm saying Kieran Tierney, if it was up to me, I'd be taking 40, 50 million for, because we should be able to. He's not worth it, but Luke Shaw's not worth 35 million quid. Neymar's not worth 200 million quid. Pogba's not worth 90 million quid. No one is worth anything they are worth in this transfer window. So, I mean, if I'm looking for money for Christopher Ajer, I'm looking upwards of £15 million. I'm not saying he's worth that. I'm not saying he's a £15 million player exactly. But I'm just saying if you know, players are going for ridiculous fees down south, I think we should be able to get that for him, no bother. That's what I'd be looking for if I was Brendan Rodgers. But Christopher Ajer, on the Dortmund tabs, I spoke quite a bit about Christopher Ajer, haven't we? And I might be going through a few items. Tom Rogic, his contract. A lot of people want to see him extend it. Will he extend it? That is the question. There has been, you know, kind of rumours of him not extending it, rumours of him extending it, but throughout the season we want him to extend it to, you know, progress. He's one of the most important players at the club as well. A player who, when he plays his best, is arguably the best player on the park. A lot of people saying, you know, he's the best player in the league. And I can see why. He's a player of true quality. I love him. As I think all Celtic fans do. He gave me the best moment of my life in May there in the Scottish Cup final. He's a fantastic player. A player who we should look to keep. But it's a player who ultimately will attract attention down south. I think a lot of English Premier League clubs do like the look of Tom Rogic, and I don't blame them. He's a fantastic player, as said. But, you know, we need to get this contract tied down. There was rumours yesterday, or a story breaking out yesterday, that former Australia captain, fuck knows who it was, might have been Tim Cahill, might have been somebody else, I can't remember, is, you know, telling him not to extend the contract to Celtic, get out of Scotland, get down to the English Premier League, make a bigger name for himself, because of the amount of potential he has in his game. And, you know, he is getting older. You know, he's like 24 going on 25 now, so he is getting that little bit older. And probably, you know, getting to that point where he should be looking for the move down to England. But I think all Celtic fans will agree it's of massive importance to try and tie his contract down, try and keep him at the club, as he's a big game player. A player who offers a lot of quality, especially in European games. We don't have the amount of quality that other big teams do, but when he plays his best, you know, he does offer that quality. He offers goal-scoring threat, he offers attacking threat, whether that's making or scoring the goals. He is a player who we should look to keep. Although we do have someone who could, you know, act as a replacement for him if he chooses to leave. Ultimately, I do see Tom Rogic extending his contract. I don't think Brendan Rodgers has any intention to let him go. I think he'll want to keep him. Someone else though, Ryan Christie, on loan to Aberdeen, and I've voiced my opinion on Ryan Christie so many times on the channel. I've said, you know what, I'm not too daft on him. I think Aberdeen is his level. I think he thrives at that sort of level, and I think he's going to struggle at Celtic. A lot of people really judge me for saying that. They don't like that I say that. They think Ryan Christie deserves a fair chance, and he does deserve a fair chance, I suppose. He's just someone who I've never really taken to, and I'm still waiting to see a lot. He's not been given a chance, fair enough, to the guy. And maybe if he gets the chance next year, he will get to show otherwise. But rumours that English Championship clubs are interested in him. Hull City being the main, you know, culprit in this situation, wanting to take Ryan Christie after a very impressive season at Aberdeen. In all honesty, I would like to see him get the chance next year. I think he does deserve it, but he's a player who, if he did go to Hull, I'm not going to cry over. You know, it's not going to break my heart. I think it would be a little bit of money that could do use. But if we're losing players like Tom Rogic, then maybe we do need to keep a hold of Ryan Christie. But there is interest from Hull. Apparently, as I said, paper talk, take it with a pinch of salt. Nothing is set in stone. Stuart Armstrong, his contract as well. You know, there's a lot of stories to fit in this one video. We spoke about that for a lot. Stuart Armstrong, will he extend his contract? You know, a lot of people saying he's back to his best after his performance at the weekend against Ross County. He looked fantastic, grabbed himself a goal, was making a lot of opportunities, and he's a player now heading into his last season of the contract next year. Will he extend? Will he show commitment to Celtic? Or is it time to maybe, you know, pass him on? Let him go down south. Let him go somewhere else, Southampton, etc. Give him a go down there, just let him go, because is he fully committed to Celtic? We need to wait and see. He's getting to that point at the end of the season now where we're going to get good performances off him, which is going to attract interest in the summer. And do we let him go in the summer? Do we wait again? Wait to see if he'll extend a contract and take that risk of losing him for no money whatsoever? What happens? What do we do? I think that's a video in itself. We need to make a video on Stuart Armstrong this week. Not going to go too deep into that. And finally, I think it was a thing that really passed over quite quickly, and Brendan Rodgers really done his best to kind of jump in the situation, calm it down, and ensure fans nothing was going to come of it. Scott Sinclair apparently attracted interest from teams in the Premier League, but Brendan Rodgers quick to jump on it and, you know, kind of give an assurance that he'll be here for 10 in a row. Will he be here for 10 in a row? I'd love to see him be here for 10 in a row. A lot of players, a lot of fans, giving a lot of slack this season to Scott Sinclair, but nonetheless, a fantastic player. He has quality. A player who Celtic would love to keep. But, you know, according to the papers, we're set for a raid. According to Twitterverse, we're ready for a raid. All these players are going to be leaving us. Do you know what? Don't take it with a pinch of salt. It's true, all these players are going to be leaving us in the summer. Get ready for a raid, lads. Get ready for a raid. And if you can't understand sarcasm, then I recommend you get off, because that was sarcastic. I'm not trying to start anything. If you have enjoyed, like, subscribe, let me know your opinions to all these. As I said, a couple of these stories, scenarios need a video to themselves. Stuart Armstrong, make a video on him during the week. But if you've enjoyed, like, subscribe, bye. See you all next time.